the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Bikabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Isala, Nina, Cosa, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Obanana, all the other then saw no one and you went out of his Tahara to the he's over the lion, and you went out young. Be connected and make a difference with your source and you went out of but you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of this. No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Bikabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Isala, Nina, Cosa, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Obanana, all the other and then saw no one and you went out of his Tahara to the he's over the lion, and you went out young. Be connected and make a difference with your source and you went out of But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Ask him, God is the Lord. Ask him, God is the Lord. Praise him.
That we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Some of you tried to do something about it with the End SARS protest, but some of us quickly, or should I say some of you quickly capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that the revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? It's because in each and every of these countries there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the End SARS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevail, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand can stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the president. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai like Atiku and the rest of them and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever, we pray. He say. One thing is obvious that I want to remind the zoo this very evening is that we are indestructible. And we are not going to stop until we get what we are looking for. What we're asking for is simply a referendum that will lead us to the democracy, the freedom, the liberation that Biafra portends, not just for the trapped and subdued indigenous populations in the damnable contraption called Nigeria, but the whole of Africa as well. Because right now we are in a state of war. We are in a state of war. It is the express wish of the Fulani Caliphate to kill our people. Their plan during the war was to kill every male, every adult, male and female, up to the age of 10, and then groom them to become Janjaweed slaves. That was what happened. They tried that experiment with a few people. Emeka was one of them. Go and ask. Some of you do not understand your history. You have no idea where you're coming from. That is why some of you do not know where you're going to. That is why fools like Omahi are confused. That is why they do not understand what we are confronting, what we are facing. I want Dave Omahi to understand something very, 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 very carefully. To pay attention to what I have to say. You were against IPOB, your army, your police. You people are the ones inviting the army to come and kill your own people. Our land is the way it is today because of Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma thought that we are in the era of 2017, 2018, 2019. Bring the Fulani army to come, kill one or two people, and everything will be quiet. No, not anymore. They are going to die in our land. Some of you idiots, some of the people, some of you, should I say, natural born saboteurs and traitors. Some of you fools that can never see what the enemy is doing to you is only when there is a retaliation that you start to yap and to complain. I want to remind each and every one of you that Nigeria have been killing us since 1945. Since 1945. And your peaceful agitation never got you anywhere. Begging and pleading never got you anywhere. They killed in 1945, killed in 1953, killed in 1950. In fact, every year since 1945, they've been killing you. They slap you on one side, you turn the other one. That was why they cut off the head of Akaloka. Nobody said anything or did anything about it. That is why none of you is among the Security Council in the zoo. You don't even understand. You don't even reason very well. You think that by saying yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, to everything that Fulani says, that they will love you. You are a fool. Therefore, why you are an idiot. You are a fool, a complete idiot. You should have focused on your 419. You should have used your computer to be scamming white people. That is your job. Or that was your job, and maybe it still is. Before you became, the Fulani picked you up. Because what the Fulanis did was to go and pick up vagabonds in our land to make them governors. And yourself. Will you people come out in the public to speak? When our land was our land, can you people come outside to speak? Because in our land, once you are a criminal, you will not be allowed to speak in public. Once you are a thief, you can never be allowed to speak in the gathering of the elders. It's impossible. You cannot do it. But of course, we are living in strange times. We are living in the time of the Fulani Janjaweed. That was, if not that people rose up and said, no, Ararume would have been the governor of Imo State today. Another criminal, another murderer, another killer. These are the type of vagrants that the Fulanis are bringing to come and lead us. Dave Umahi, you're telling me you don't understand what happened to your people. You don't understand that we lost 5 million people. Look at all the commissioners of police saying, oh, don't come outside. No, you can go. Dishonor the dead. Don't remember your heroes. Let me remind you what they did to you, because some of you do not know. As they were running from the aircraft, as the massacre was going on, there were Igbo people amongst the custom officers, and they dropped their chalk and they fled, only to be shot in the main terminal by other soldiers. I hope, Dave Umahi, you're listening to me very carefully. I am not the person to remind you to honor the dead. Because with great position comes great responsibility. I don't want to denigrate the death of Abiola because he did very well for his people. The Yoruba political leaders, they fought and agitated until June 12 became a public holiday. Is that not true? One man, one Yoruba man. And we lost over 5 million people. Do you see why you people are not leaders? Why you're not cut out to lead? Have you not seen Netanyahu stand before the whole world during the commemoration of Holocaust that happened in Europe? Every blessed year. Every blessed year. Have you not seen Her Britannic Majesty, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, stand at the cenotaph the 11th of November every blessed year to remember those that fought and died for their country? Do you also know, Dave Umahi, in your stupidity, you don't even begin to acknowledge that had all these men that perished in the trenches had they not died in the trenches, look at what is happening in Plateau, look at what is happening in Taraba, look at what is happening in Benue. Look at what is even happening in Niger State. The same thing, look at what is happening in Yoruba land. The same thing could have been happening to us today. Let me tell you something that you don't know. Because these men fought and died for us. They gave us hope. That was the job of Ojukwu. Ojukwu was the Moses of our time, our trailblazer. God used Ojukwu to say to us, there is a promised land somewhere called Biafra. Only when you people are worthy will I lead you to that land. Israelites were wandering all over the wilderness for 40 years. We have been wandering now for over 50 years because of our sinful nature, because of our wickedness against our own people. This same army that killed our people and slaughtered us is the same army that you criminals are inviting into our land to kill the same people, that their fathers were killed by the same vagabonds that you're bringing in. Do you see why we despise, why you people are lower than vermin? One, you don't even know your responsibilities. You have no idea what it means to be a leader. You don't have a clue what it means to be a leader of a people. You people should have been the ones directing us and saying, these are the days we honor. These are the things we are going to do. Did you take the lead? The answer is no. Until IPOB came, or until Chukwu Kikabiyama determined that we should come. Instead of you to say, this is a very laudable initiative. How do we get the government of Nigeria to acknowledge 30th of May as the day that a grave injustice was done to a particular race? You idiots, due to what I will call political expediency, you are more or less interested in safeguarding your own private political position. Shame on all of you. Some of you say, oh, but the Yoruba agitators, they don't insult their leaders. But their leaders fought for the death of one man, one single man, Abiola, to be recognized and immortalized in the calendar of, should I say, Nigerian politics. You lost over 5 million people out of cowardice and fear. You can't even rise up to defend or argue for the right of these people to be remembered. Do you see why you're not leaders and can never lead? All of you are rent boys. What people are doing, you are Yahoo, you're just in office serving Fulani interest. And you claim you're governors. No matter if I were to be a governor, or had I been a governor in our land, there is no amount of provocation that would make me to go to Abuja to beg for Fulani soldiers to come into our land to kill our people. I will never do it. Never. Not in a billion years. But it goes to show the level of hatred that these people have for us. It goes to show the extent they are prepared to go in order to subdue the truth. And Dave Umahi is the one championing it. Why are you threatening people with their economic livelihood? Why? Their means of survival. Why? Because you know you will lose. In a straight fight, you will lose. I suppose Adama is now losing. You people can make all the noise you like. You can come out and talk whatever rubbish. You can falsify the news. You can pay all the journalists in the zoo to write your own narrative. That's entirely your business. But the truth will always speak for itself. And the truth of the matter is that you people cannot win this very war. You cannot win it. Not in a trillion years, you cannot win. Nobody in history has ever defeated a volunteer army of the people. Go and read history. Nobody ever. Go and study it very, very well. We are in very critical times. If you go to my page, you will read it. I only tweeted a bit of it so that others can see. If you Google the Times Magazine of London, 7th of October 1966, you will see what they did to us in your so-called one Nigeria. If after going through this, if after reading all this, you still believe in one Nigeria, as a Biafran, more or less as an Igbo person, as an Efik person, as an Ibibio person, then believe you me, there is something fundamentally wrong with your brain cells. You're not well. And these are the people that the likes of Ojo Zokalo, Dave Umahi are forcing us to belong to. These are the people that killed us. Imagine what our soldiers will be thinking in their graves, wherever they are lying today. That the same people that came to annihilate our race are being invited into our land to continue the killing by those that claim they are political leaders. And you want me to respect you? How is that possible? How is that possible, I ask you? How? If not for IPOB, would anybody remember 30th of May? Of course not. But you are political leaders. We are the leaders. We want to go. Look at the idiot. So after this very pathetic and hopeless display of cowardice and mediocrity, you think I will allow you to go to Abuja to go and negotiate on behalf of IPOB? Is that what you think? One Fulani will look at you, you will start wetting your pants. Your boxer short will be soaked in your money because you're a coward, a wretched coward. The only place you people have strength in this life is to bring army to attack your own people. That is the only time that you're human. That is the only time you want to exercise your powers. But when Mietiala was raping and killing our mothers, you wretched, idiotic coward, Dave Umahi, came on television and was crying like a little baby. Did you ask the army to come to kill Mietiala or to flush them out of Ebonyi State? No, you did not. I gave the order to the men on the ground. And today, we have rid Ebonyi State of Mietiala terrorist group. You did not do it. We did it. Not you. The only time it matters to you is to bring in army to kill your people. That is the only time you people have courage and strength. That is why you people don't deserve to live. I'm telling you the truth. You people are evil, beyond evil. Look at Gani Adams. Ekpa Gani Adams. Look at Akintoye. Professor Akintoye, look at Sunday Igbo. Let me ask all you idiots from the East, fools. How many times have you heard any so-called Yoruba intelligentsia or politician rise up and say, arrest them all, kill them all, do this, how many times I'm asking you? How many times? Yet you don't learn anything. That is why Fulanis are begging Yoruba every day, begging them, we'll give you this, don't break away. But look at you idiots begging every day. Oh, yes, sir, yes, yes, Alhaji, yes, Alhaji. You have nothing, but you don't learn. You know, you're not intelligent, all of you. So-called governors, you don't know nothing. They come, they promise you Senate President. The only people that had about 6 or 7 Senate President, the only one group of people out of their idiocy. When Fulani now saw all this nonsense with the help and support of the British, their white masters, ordinary Senate President you can no longer have, you can no longer get, you can no longer enjoy, never again. The time they gave it to you, it was like ping pong. After this person is that, what's that man's name again? I've forgotten his name. After that, it was Chubakadebo. After Chubakadebo, it was Parasite. After Parasite, oh my God in heaven, only one people. The same thing you're doing today, therefore, all of you idiotic governors. That's what you're doing. And when you were doing it, you thought you were doing your people a great service, but you were doing them a greater disservice. Do you know why? After all that nonsense you did, thinking you're serving the zoo, you're serving a passenger, all of you are loyal, you go behind the back. Evans undermined Chubakadebo. Chubakadebo came out and undermined God knows whoever. The other person, Parasite, came. Wabara came. Only you people. Only one people. And when you were doing it, you thought you were advancing your political careers. But today, look at the consequences. No Igbo man holds any meaningful position, not even deputy, none. That tells you that the path you people are traveling is disastrous. Disastrous. What stops you from, there's something called magnanimity. What stops all these governors from being magnanimous? To say, okay, you people, you've done very well so far. Let us take it over from here. Every 30th of May, there's going to be a lockdown of all our land. At least, if you try it only once, believe you me, the next day your phone will ring, and that your boyfriend, that your lover, that Alhaji that is loving you, he will upgrade you maybe from one room to the penthouse of the hotel, maybe a Transcorp, where they're using you people in Abuja, because you're all rent boys. We know that for sure. We know that before they give you any position, that's what they do. They will sleep with you. Isn't that what they do to all of you? All these people you call your governors, ask them who doesn't have a boyfriend that is an Alhaji in the north. But they are married with kids. That is why they have no soul. The Fulani will need to do that to them. It's called Dandaudu, in order to remove the humanity from them. If you don't know, let me tell you. These are the idiots. Some of you, wretched, I don't know how to describe you. These are the idiots you call your leaders. Do you know the meaning of leadership? Do you even understand the meaning of leadership? Look at Yoruba governors. They are singing Yoruba national anthem in their schools. Compare that to the idiots that you have in Biafra land. Dave Umahi. That is a local, I don't know how to put it in English language. We'll see. I am warning everybody tonight, if you come out on the 31st on Monday, you are going to die. I don't want Nigerian army to kill you and then you start blaming people that are innocent. Look at Imo State. Imagine when you kill the top leadership of IPOB and then you get to us, imagine what will happen. Even every living organism, including amoeba and euglena viridis, even single cell animals will perish. We are getting there very closely. And you are going to suffer. The zoo will suffer. And all of you informants, let me warn you, if you know your brother, your uncle, your sister is an informant, please prepare for their burial because they're going to die. If you're an Eze, Igwe, PG, all these people, and you are pointing hand, saying IPOB lives here, they live there, it is only a matter of time you're going to die. You will die. Because you are part and parcel of those pointing out freedom fighters to be killed by the enemy. Are you telling me that Ojukwu fought for nothing? That all our soldiers that perished between 67 and 70, that they all died for nothing? Is that what you're telling me? That today you're proudly working for the Fulani Janjaweed. Today, the border has been opened in the West. Oduduwa fighters have confronted the zoo, they have opened their border in the West. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that gallant Oduduwa fighters have opened the front in the West? All you do is to gossip, come to Facebook, come to and be writing junk, rubbish every blessed day. When they came to my house to kill me on the 14th of September 2017, did I do anything wrong to the zoo? I was fighting for my people, that's all. When they killed us at National High School, what did we do wrong? What did we do? How did we offend anybody? I ask you. Nothing. They were killing us. Now that God has sent his angels to come and protect the weak, now you have discovered where your pen is. Every day you're typing and writing rubbish. As if it has any effect or it will have any effect on us. Of course, you know it will never have any effect on us. Look at the people telling you, do not come out, make sure you disobey this sit-at-home order by Nnamdi Kanu. Don't obey him. The same people, but in their own land, they have Sharia. When all these police commissioners in River State, in Igbo State, in Abia, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, when you Muslims were agitating for Sharia in the north, did anybody stop you? But you're in our land. You're in our land, telling us what to do. I said it before and allow me to repeat. As soon as Biafra comes, at every entry point into Biafra, every seaport, every airport, every land crossing, there will be a DNA kit. We'll have a sample of Fulani Janjaweed DNA on one side. And we'll have a sample of Biafran DNA on another side. We'll test everybody coming in and leaving. If you have Fulani Janjaweed DNA inside you, we'll send you back to the Sahel. You go there and live with them. You people make me sick. They don't understand that they are making us stronger. You don't know. Go and look at the history of freedom fighting. You are making us stronger. Hitler killed 6 million Jews, thinking after killing them, somehow the Jews will bow and submit. Today, Israel has the best army in the whole world. That's how human life is. I want to let Dave Umahi understand something. Take your phone. Some of you have 3 or 4 phones. Take one of your phones. Tell that your phone, your mobile phone, you're holding in your right or left hand, I am going to use you to injure my body. You see, this body you're going to suffer. Start to rub your phone on a particular spot at the back of your arm or anywhere of your body. Keep rubbing it. Every day, keep rubbing it. You know, previously your skin used to be very soft. But as time goes on, you will find out that that place you've been rubbing all the time, putting pressure all the time, has acquired some measure of hardness. That is human nature for you. And I want every Fulani Janjaweed to do this very, very simple experiment. Take any object, be rubbing it against your skin slowly. That's your skin that is very soft. After 3 or 4 days, you will notice that that part you've been rubbing all the time has developed a semblance of toughness. Even in nature, nature do not capitulate. What makes you think that we are going to capitulate? Impossible. Maybe your father is a permanent secretary, or maybe minister, or maybe commissioner, or maybe eating from Hopus or Dave Romahi. Maybe they gave you a contract. All of you. Nobody is stopping you from enjoying whatever you're enjoying with government. But allow those fighting for their freedom to fight for their freedom. You have no right to intervene. Allow me to read on the 31st. If you come outside, you will die. If you're a road transporter, if you're a transport worker or whatever, you know how people behave. They want to drive. Who can tell me what to do? I'm going to drive. Because people are foolish. On the 12th of June, all of you will sit at home. It will be a holiday. You will remember a Yoruba man. You idiots. You will remember a Yoruba man that's sitting at home. One man only. In our own case, we lost 5 million people. And if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after the other. You will see what will happen to you. Worry is Biafra land. They must join the lockdown. Asaba always complies. Asaba will comply. I want Calabar to be locked down as well, everywhere, because we all died together. To Janjaweed, we're all Nyamini. That's how they see us. Ken Serowa has been forgotten, hasn't he? Nobody remembers Ken Serowa anymore. Because we cannot come together to fight. But the time has come. We must come together to fight everywhere. Can you imagine? Do you think that a Southern Commissioner of Police in Kanu will tell them what to do? They'll cut off his head that same night. But an idiot can come to our land and tell us what to do. They'll give money to Punch this way, give money to all these corrupt journalists. They'll write whatever rubbish. And you're claiming you're serving the people when you're serving the enemy. The Nigerian army cannot fight any war or battle. They are cowards. Anytime they are defeated, they will go to the nearest village to look for who to kill. I was told that they plan to go to Ihiala tonight because they are cowards. Go to the bush and look for people who are looking for you. You're going from house to house, doing showman, gara, as if what you're doing on the road affects people in the bush. You think they give a damn about what you're doing on the road? If you like, go to a village and bomb it till the kingdom come. It cannot stop men from the bush from coming out to do their work. And for the very first time on the 31st, in the next 2 days, I will give the order. If there is any stupidity anywhere, I will give the order for ESN to leave the bushes and come out on the streets. If you don't stay, if you leave the roads open so that men can meet them, we know there will be no casualties. Leave the road. Every 6 p.m. across Biafra land, people should be in their houses. Leave the roads open to recruit informants to be pointing at people. And anywhere you see an informant, please, you know that hand, that finger they used to point at houses. Don't kill them. Just cut off the finger. So that they will go back and tell their children how they lost one of their fingers. They're in Aba tonight, and they are everywhere, in and around Owerri. Do not go out at night. Leave the road open for men to engage them, because they are cowards. They always take out their frustrations on civilians. That's, if one idiot was writing, I don't like to be killed. Remember Sakibian? But they have been chased away from every Sharia state in the north. Attacked and chased away. Once in a while, you will see channels TV, they will write, we killed 10 Boko Haram today. Have you ever seen them before write and say, we've killed ISIS before? You people that cannot reason very well. What does that tell you about the relationship between these terrorist governments and ISIS in West Africa? But your brain will not go there, will it? After all, you're in these UG black people. What do you know? Your brain can never get there. I'm asking you, have you ever seen them write on the pages of newspapers that they successfully engaged ISIS in West Africa province? No, never. They always say it's Boko Haram, Boko Haram, Boko Haram, because them and ISIS are working in tandem. A terrorist government. A terrorist as a police commissioner in the East telling us what to do after killing us. Should I say 5 million of us many, many years ago. Every informant in Biafra land will be identified, arrested, and dealt with. I can assure you of that.
You own businesses everywhere in Nigeria. For that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It's happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why?
Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us wherever you are joining from. I welcome you to this morning program. I wish you all a very happy weekend. It is a happy weekend, and I wish all of you a very prosperous and joyous weekend. And this weekend, we are going to hold our program as quick as we can so that people can go about their daily activities. For the few people who have been able to join us, I appreciate every one of you. As you join us, kindly like and share the program. Like and share to family and friends. Share to anyone that you think would like to listen to us. When you join us and you're listening and the program resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share to other people to join. If the program does not resonate with you, you have the right to exit. We are not here to force anybody to watch, neither are we forcing anybody to buy into our own narratives. The only thing we do here is to continue to present facts and figures to the whole world. We are here presenting Biafra to the world as the only remedy, and we speak to support the cause of Biafra. This platform is not here to support any individual or any group. We are here to promote the cause of Biafra. Wherever you belong, whatever be your own ideology, whatever be your own orientation or your own argument, if you want to join us to express yourself, you are free. If you have a superior argument, whether you are a one Nigerianist, you believe in Biafra or not, and you have a superior argument that you want to iron out with us, feel free to join and then bring up your arguments. We will be ready to listen to you. Whether you are watching us on TikTok, on Facebook, or on YouTube, wherever you are watching, send in your request. Once I see your request, when it is time, I'm going to bring you in to air your opinion. And I bet you are entitled to opinion. We are not mandated to agree with what you say. Likewise, you are not mandated to agree with whatever we say. All we do here is to bring up critical arguments and allow people express themselves and speak according to their own understanding. We will continue to do that, continue to encourage Biafrans far and wide, no matter how difficult it is. We know the challenges we are facing are huge. The attack is coming from all corners, including from your fellow Biafrans themselves. And all this is meant to discourage you. All this is meant to take you away from the struggle. But I bet you, no matter how they attack us, no matter the discouragement, no matter the obstacles, we will continue to speak. We see it the way it is. Those who are concerned, that are willing to listen, that are seeking for direction, seeking for truth, they will always find a way to listen and pay attention. So I appreciate everyone that has connected so far. As you join, invite someone to join also. Don't watch alone. So once again, I wish you all a very happy weekend. And we are here to present our weekend program. As always, in this wonderful year of new thing, wonderful year of new direction, wonderful year of new order. In this new world order, there are new expectations for the cause of Biafra and for us individually. In that your great expectation, never give up, never chicken out. No matter the frustration, don't run away. Hang on there and do everything you can to see that your voice is being heard. So I welcome every one of you once again, and I appreciate you as you have joined us this morning on this program. I say good morning, the great people. Good morning to every Biafran at home and in diaspora. It is another broadcast that we have brought to you. Today we confront a narrative carefully crafted, a narrative repeatedly talked about daily, a narrative designed to weaken your confidence and distort your identity. They call us violent, they call us terrorists, they call us extremists. But I ask you this morning, who benefits from that labels? The labeling they are giving to us to make us look violent, who benefits from that label? Because when a government begins to label a people fighting for self-determination as terrorists, it is no longer a security conversation. It becomes a political weapon. And today, we will dismantle the weapon. If you are watching right now, I want you to type in the comment section, truth cannot be suppressed. Wherever you are watching this program, in this platform, I want you to type on the comment section, truth cannot be suppressed. And if you have not yet shared the live stream, please kindly share the live stream. The topic we are discussing today says they call Biafrans terrorists. Propaganda. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sentencing. Mazi Simon Ekpa detention. And the sovereignty of Biafra. These we are going to discuss today. And in the course of the discussion, if you have any contribution to make, any objection or superior argument, when the time comes, you are entitled to come in and air your opinion. As it stands today, we are fighting the war of narratives in the contraption called Nigeria. There is a war of narrative going on in the contraption called Nigeria. Let us begin here. Every political struggle has two battlefields. The physical battlefield and the psychological battlefield. Right now, the Biafra movement is under psychological warfare. Maybe you do not know. Now you have to begin to pay attention. The Biafran movement is under psychological warfare. When you cannot defeat an idea, you attempt to criminalize it. When you cannot stop a demand, you attempt to demonize those demanding it. This is not new in history. Movement for self-determination around the world were first labeled as threat before they were later recognized as legitimate. So I want every one of you to pay attention, Biafran people, that whatever is happening to us today did not start from us. It has been there from history. That movement of self-determination around the world were first labeled threat before they were later recognized as legitimate. That is the stage we are now in our struggle. So ask yourself, why is the word terrorists being attached to Biafran people? Why is the word terrorists being attached to people who are fighting for self-determination in Nigeria, the indigenous people of Biafra? Why is the word terrorists being attached to the Biafrans in general? Is it because of violence? Or is it because the idea of sovereignty threatens the existing power structure? When a narrative is repeated enough times, it begins to shape public perception. And public perception influences international response. That is the strategy. Now, this is why we can't stop talking. This is why I cannot stop coming online every single day. If I can come 3-4 times or even steady 24 hours, I will. Because we must have to hold onto our thoughts and make sure they do not criminalize us or push a different narrative against us. When a narrative is repeated enough time, it begins to shape public perception. Nigerian government is trying everything to shift the sympathy from Biafrans, to change the public perceptions of Biafrans. That is why each time Biafra is mentioned, IPOB is mentioned, they try to attach terrorism with it. They attract violence with it. Each time the Liberation Army is mentioned, they demonize them, they criminalize them, they go after them. Even though they know that this is a legitimate group fighting for self-determination. And public perception influences international response. Public perception influences international response. That is why it is very important that those of us that are coming out of media should be very careful what we say and how we say them. At this particular point in time, when the whole world is focused on Nigeria, the entire world is focusing on Nigeria and what is going on in Nigeria. The world is paying attention to the situation in Nigeria, with Nigeria being designated as a country of particular concern. They are trying to shift the narrative from what it is to something else. They are fighting so hard to push the narrative towards the Biafran people as the violent one. They go to the extent of using governors in the southeast. Somebody like Seludo, who you have on the international stage saying that we are involved in Christian persecution, accusing Biafrans of different kinds of crimes. His intention is to change the narrative, to shift the public perceptions, to influence international response and sympathy on the Biafran people. That is the strategy. label the movement, isolate it, discredit it, justify repression. But here is the critical truth. Self-determination is recognized under international law principles. Every Biafran should know this again, know it. And when you know this, you will not be bothered with whatever they do with their propaganda and blackmail. It will not be bothering you anymore. When you know this reality, that self-determination is recognized under international law principle. When you know this, you will be able to overcome the lies and propaganda of the Janjaweed against us. The demand for political autonomy is not automatically violence. The desire for sovereignty is not terrorism. And when propaganda paints an entire people as dangerous, that is collective criminalization. As Nigeria is doing today. What Nigeria is doing today is collective criminalization of a people. We must understand this clearly. Because confusion weakens unity, clarity strengthens resilience. This is why I come online every day to explain these things and to make sure that Biafrans are not driven away from what they are supposed to do. And to make sure that the international community do not lose their focus. They should understand that we know what we are doing. All we are asking for is self-determination. We have conducted a referendum, self-referendum. If they do not want to indulge the self-referendum, they should conduct theirs. We just want to get out of the zoo. Instead of them listening, they went ahead to persecute those who are in the front line to make that request. They went ahead to sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment without an existing law. As if that is not enough, they took him to Sokoto to provoke the Biafran people. And up to this moment, he's still in Sokoto. We cannot be silent. We will continue to speak and to create the awareness and let the world know what is actually going on. Now let us address the elephant in the room, the sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A leader detained, a voice restricted, a symbol under pressure. Whenever a prominent leader is in a liberation struggle is persecuted, two things happen. Pay attention. Whenever a prominent leader in liberation struggle is persecuted, two things happen. Supporters feel discouraged. Opponents celebrate prematurely. But history teaches us something important. Detention does not automatically dissolve a movement. If you like, detain all the leaders of Biafra, just like you've done. Detaining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa will not dissolve the Biafran movement. We will continue to agitate, we will continue to fight, and we will continue to ask for self-determination. In many cases, detaining them has equally intensified the quest for Biafra. The key question is not what happened to him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or Mazi Simon Ekpa. The real question is, what happened to the movement now? The key question is not what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or what happened to Mazi Simon Ekpa. That's not the key question. They had a mission. They had a legacy. The real question now is, what happened to the movement of Biafra in the absence of the leaders who are genuine and sincerely pursuing the cause of Biafra? What happens in their absence? If a movement depends solely on one individual, it is fragile. If it depends on shared conviction, it is resilient, just like we have in the case of Biafra. The Biafra movement depends on shared conviction. That is why we are resilient. That is where you can't stop the movement. You cannot. In as much as we respect and adore our leaders, we have them close to our heart and we can put our life on the line for them. But the movement does not depend solely on them. In fact, when you take them out, you give us more reason to fight more, because we are fighting based on convictions. So today, we the Biafrans must decide. We must decide, is this struggle personality driven or principle driven? This is a question that we need to ask ourselves. For those who are personalizing the struggle, making it about themselves, that whatever they say goes, whatever their group says do, if you do not speak according to promote them or their group, you are not relevant. They call you a saboteur. Today, I want every one of you to answer this question sincerely from the bottom of your heart. Answer it. Is this struggle personality driven or principle driven? Answer this question sincerely from the bottom of your heart. The quest for Biafra that we are fighting for today, so many of us that are watching this program, everyone that is listening and watching it is because of the quest of Biafra here. I want to ask you, is this struggle personality driven or principle driven? To you, for me, it is principle driven. Type on the comment section and tell me, is the struggle personality driven for you or principle driven? For me, it is principle driven. If you are in line with those who are principle driven, then sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa cannot end the struggle, cannot make us to change our mind, and cannot stop us from doing what we have to do. Taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto or detaining Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland will not make us to stop. Instead, it will ginger us to do more. That is why today Biafrans are doing extraordinary things on their own. Every group, every individual are fighting more than they have ever done before. Groups are coming on for doing what they have to do. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent the message to the Liberation Army and said, no sit at home, people continue to sit at home. And finally, the Liberation Army are now supporting people to sit at home. This Liberation Army, in their last broadcast, they support the Biafrans to continue to sit at home, to support the quest for Biafra, to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because it's our right. Because it has shown that Nigerian government do not want to listen or pay attention. Even after the Liberation Army have delivered a message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the sit at home, they came after them. They intensified the attack. The destabilization of Biafra land continues. But that few days and that comment shows that the people destabilizing Biafra land is the Nigerian government and their agents, the governors, the politicians, not the Biafran people. Not the Biafran people. Every single thing that need to be maintained, for peace to be maintained in our area, we have done, we have followed. But they choose otherwise. So, coming Monday, remember, it is a sit at home. Coming Monday is sit at home. It continues. It continues. Don't say you didn't hear. Don't expose yourself to danger, because Nigerian government has already shown their plan to destroy the life of the Biafran people. The attack in Osun has intensified. They tried to invade Osun with the armor tank and all whatnot, but Chukwu Okike Abiyama did not allow them to succeed. They have been complaining and accusing the Liberation Army falsely. You saw when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke on the video I played. The order given to them right from when they were in ESN is to stay in the bushes and protect our forest. And they have been carrying their duties in the bushes. In fact, for the past 1 year, they went back completely. No, you don't see them anywhere. But today, the Nigerian government has followed them into the bushes to bring them out to the road. Nigerian government have gone ahead to provoke them. And it is only a tree that we hear that we want to cut it down and it will still remain. Everything created that has life fights for existence, fights for life when it's in danger. Animals fight for their life when they're in danger. Plants, every living thing fights for their life when they're in danger. That is why Chukwu Okike Abiyama created them and put a defensive mechanism in every living thing. Everything created, including plants, they have defensive mechanism to protect themselves. Self-defense mechanism put by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself. So for the fact that Nigerian government have shown that the only thing they wish us is death, the Liberation Army have come forward and said, Biafrans, every Monday sit at home and protect yourself. Why they themselves will do the needful to secure Biafra land. Continue to do that which you wish. If you answer this question sincerely within yourself, it will be easier to enter this stage that we are in now. It will be easier to succeed in this stage that we are. If you answer this question that I ask sincerely from your heart, you will be able to align with the area that we are today. And those questions is this struggle personality driven for you or principle driven? Answer it sincerely. You can type on the comment section to say your view. Is this struggle for Biafra personality driven for you or principle driven? If it is personality driven, you are in the wrong side. But if it is principle driven for you, I bet you are on the right path. Stand on and hold on strong. Just a little while. Freedom is knocking. It can only test it. This is a moment of maturity for you and I. Emotional reaction is easy. Strategic discipline is powerful. A lot has happened to us. The illegal conviction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the detention of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. It has a global implication. In case you do not know, the absence of our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, has global implications. On the case of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a very strong voice today facing detention in Finland. When multiple figures associated with a movement face legal pressure, it creates perception. That movement is collapsing. That perception is not always reality. For those who are detaining our leaders, they want to create a perception that the movement of Biafra is collapsing with the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. But that perception is not always a reality. It is a strategy. It is a strategy to weaken us, to change the narrative across the world. When leadership space are pressured, grassroots organization becomes more important. It is important that those of us who are the followers on the grassroots, it is important that we organize ourselves. We must organize ourselves in our speech, in our word, in our actions. We need to reorganize ourselves. Movements that survive are movements that decentralize. That is why today, in decentralizing the movement, that is why I say I support every group that comes out to speak for the self-determination of Biafra, regardless who you are. As long as you are making a point, credible point, not attacking your brother or your sister, I stand with you. And to any length you go to bring the plight of Biafran before the whole world, I stand with you 100%, and I will continue to do that. My call here is not a call for chaos. It is a call for structure. It is a call for discipline. It is a call for intelligent communication among us. Because in the age of digital warfare, narrative moves faster than facts. We are in the age of digital warfare, a time that narrative moves faster than facts. That is why we must have intelligent communication each time we speak. And every careless statement becomes ammunition for propaganda. Every careless statement you make as a Biafran on media, it becomes ammunition for propaganda. So this is the time for strategic messaging. I have said it over and over again. This is the time for strategic messaging. Measured tones, clear demand, lawful positioning. The world listens differently when a movement speaks with clarity instead of anger. Are we angry? Of course we are angry. But we must not speak with anger all the time. We must speak with clarity. Because the world listens differently when a movement speaks with clarity instead of anger. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must know that we are on the right path. Biafra sovereignty is legitimate. The sovereignty of Biafra is legitimate. Our request is legitimate. Our call for self-determination is legitimate. Let us step back. Strip away emotion. Strip away politics. Ask the core question. Is the desire for sovereignty inherently illegitimate? That is the question. Is the desire for sovereignty inherently illegitimate? Across the world, nations have redefined borders through referendum and negotiation. The principle of self-determination exists in the international framework. Now, implementation is complex. Politics is complex. Negotiation is complex. But the principle itself is not criminal. So when propaganda attempts to frame sovereignty as extremism, we must separate whenever propaganda attempts to frame sovereignty as extremism, we must separate them. Advocacy for aggression, political demand from violence, narrative from reality. We must separate these. Advocacy, separate advocacy from aggression. Separate politics or political demand from violence. Separate narrative from the reality. These we must do expressly each time we speak. Because once a people accept the label given to them, they internalize defeat. We must not accept the label given to us by the Janjaweed, by the Caliphate. And that is why we come online every day to fight against this label given to us. And we will continue to fight it and defeat it. Because once a people accept the label given to them, they internalize defeat. And psychological defeat comes before political defeat. We must never be defeated psychologically. Very important. We must never be defeated psychologically. We are going into the most important part. Emotion must give way for strategy. This is the most critical time. Emotion must give way to strategy. There are certain things that must be done. Whether you like it or you don't like it, whether you hate me or you like me, you hate your brother or you like your brother, there are certain things that must be done. Unity without recklessness, advocacy without incitement, discipline in messaging, global engagement through lawful channels, clear articulation of goals. This is a critical time. International powers have weighed in. They are paying close attention to what we say, to what we do. So at this particular point in time, there are important things that we must do. Something like unity without recklessness, advocacy without incitement, discipline in messaging, global engagement through lawful channels, clear articulation of goals. They are watching. These we must do. If you want the world to listen, your voice must be structured. If you want credibility, your messaging must be consistent. If you want legitimacy, your conduct must reflect it. This message is for you and I, the Biafran people. Movement failed not only because of external pressure, but sometimes because of internal fragmentation. This is a moment of strengthened cohesion. To educate, to organize, to communicate with intelligence, not fear, not panic, not reaction. Every one of us must pay attention to the time that we are in. It is very important. Very important. I said it at the beginning of this year. This year is not a time to come online and make noise and talk and fight and abuse and curse. We need to be strategic. At this particular point in time, that the United Nations, the United States of America under Donald Trump, is paying attention. Nigeria designated as a country of particular concern. And bills are going to be raised in the United States to look into Nigeria. Bills will pass very soon. Debates are being held, and more debates are coming up on the case of Nigeria. We need to be very careful what we do and how we do them. We have fought so many battles. We have passed through many roads. We have gone through so many things in the past. And all that we have wished for decades is finally here with us. We must not abuse this opportunity. Sometime I just pray and wish that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa was around to utilize this opportunity effectively. But for one reason or the other, Chukwu Okikabia knows why he kept them out. But this is an opportunity that both of them have worked hard for. To get such an opportunity, they were the ones that in the front line to create the awareness that brought about today. But eventually, when the time came, they are not there. But at the same time, every one of us, we must continue to make impact. We are not left out. All we are saying is that you must be very careful about the informations you send out. Speak wisely and push out every information you have. Do it wisely without any distraction. I pray that Chukwu Okikabia will give us the grace to fight this battle until we win it. And I know we're going to win it. Yeah, welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you for joining, bro Christian. Happy weekend. Are you there, bro Christian? I can't hear you. If you're there, bro Christian, you can speak up. I hope your network is okay because I can't hear you. We cannot hear you, bro Christian. If you're there, speak to us so that we can hear you. We cannot hear you. You can check on your system again while we take a very short break and come back. Take a very quick and short break and then we come back.
Follow for God, them say Tinubu don't follow for God. Tinubu don't follow for God. He want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate house fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice on motor shop forget law for inside court. Changaro Republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for God. Him and EFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God. Them making Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience hanging around. Bro Christian, I don't know what happened to your listen, we can hear you. If you can be able to connect or mute yourself and speak to us, bro Christian.
Yeah, right. Morning, my brother. The network, is happy weekend, my brother. The network they stop, but it's putting me in and out, you know.
Sometimes it's
hello?
Like that. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, my brother.
I'm not just. Yeah, so okay, you were from the Obodo Ibokwa. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. The thing the network problem since yesterday has been crazy. Off and on. I'm not buying a guy, you know. So I'm just wondering. ma ọ bụzi iru ka ha na-aga ka azụ ka ha na-aga bụ ndị obodo ekwensu senior obodo ekwensu
My brother, problem with that, that the cause where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cost them is really working on them now.
100%. 100%.
He's working on them now. That is working heavily on them now.
And I want to steady. Imam Nnamdi Kanu bụ a man who is, a man after God's heart, according to how David was described. Nnamdi Kanu aburo, is a man of uprightness, exactly. He stand on the truth, and whatever comes out of his mouth is not just gospel, but it sticks. Yes. Sometimes it doesn't happen overnight as usual, but with time they begin to unfold. And now I'm with Botansubu, and it's been brewing like from stage to stage, where it just keep going and going. It's incredible. Even but Hassan quick will use their airplanes. Oh, you are aware, you are following, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it.
So in retaliation, even one thing with working about that now is a counter puncher. You want to go? It ran one or target too.
And all you down.
Yes. Yeah. So when one deal may be approved with them in the time pass or cancel immediately or so that So like I said, all this whole thing, amen. So Nnamdi Kanu for how many years now, going to maybe 6 thereabout, if they all congregated to commit this atrociousness on him. And they will repeat, that's for sure. They will, it will begin to show slowly but surely, because, because Haruka the guy did them nothing, absolutely nothing. All he did was spoke the truth. He just simply spoke the truth, and that is a fact. So, because they don't like truth, and those who don't like truth will continue to suffer the consequence of evilness. Oh, there you go, my brother. Oh, there you go.
How about the fact that the people they are supporting in Nigeria will take over their land completely? Their land will be gone if they don't put their hand in Biafra issue. And their land is gone.
The worst in my wife because now Nigeria a alternative belief system, Abrondoka. Abrondi Siala and Abrondi Anna Boy Siala, Abrondoka. They are just like floating, So I thought you were because for us, at least I'm on the what I go and when alternative stuff is coming and try to take over, we'll be very aware because we know who we are, we know our belief system, we never forgone that because our forefathers, they maintain it and we will maintain it to hand it over to a generation to come. But as we speak now, and 85 Sharia district council already, 85. Scattered all over the country. 85 Sharia. This is if I'm going to research something that I figure out. 85 confirmed Sharia council district all over the place. Now, when I went into it, one of the guys who were debating it, talking about it, said that yes, they have 85 Sharia council, but that they are not backed by law. That they are not backed by law, meaning that
imagine, they are not backed by law, they exist in there.
Yeah, but the guy told him that not yet. Also that they are not back. The opposite guy told him, well, not yet. Meaning, you understand what that means? So it simply means that they are coming. It's not yet in the constitution, but it will eventually. That's what it simply means. Because the fact that you allowed it alone to get to this stage whereby with some areas, communities where it's being practiced, where they are using it, to govern the people. Nobody there. Can you imagine that? And when whatever, they goes there for, judicial proceedings. How do you explain that? That is crazy.
That was why there was this lady, an activist from Lebanon, very popular activist in Lebanon. I've forgotten her name. They invited her for a speech in UK. She said she rejected it.
Ojo?
Also, in the other hand, that the United Kingdom has no freedom of speech. And that place has been taken over already. That she has no business going there to talk about it. She said she rejected the offer.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So this
is no longer a free country. It's just the same thing with the Arab nation. So she has no business going there.
Exactly. Over there, Alago, you know, and look at how worst by far worst.
Could you imagine? People should be worried. People like Abu Dhabi say they will not send their citizens to UK to go and study because they are being radicalized in the UK. You can imagine.
Oh, so you see, that means now opposite center of radicalization.
Absolutely. Arab nation, Abu Dhabi, and one other Kuwait, they said they will no longer sponsor their students anymore.
Yeah.
To UK. That all the students they sent there, they went there to go and be radicalized.
And that's what happened because we've seen it in the past. My only one that called a British soldier, Willem Meyer, some years back, you know. Exactly. Then you know, there's so many of them. All that is a countable number. But this thing bomb city center radicalized center now because Chineka, that is how go Hakana now. Oh, dear, my brother. But I was
they can't even cry anymore. You can imagine in your country, you cannot even pray in the open. You can't even preach. But then they will block main road in the UK. Block road.
Exactly.
And police will guide them. There was one video I saw. A woman was walking her dog in the street and they called police on the woman. That they don't like somebody to walk with dog because of their religion. In the UK, and the woman.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? He like Nkita no bodo iko no bodo onyozo. So he can be.
The woman couldn't cry. The woman was just look at the policeman and say, in her own street.
Yeah.
In her own street, that she cannot walk her dog. In her own street.
Yeah. The audacity, Diego. Yeah. You know, so it is what it is. When this is their life, this is what they do. You know, when they come into a place, they want to slowly but surely, you know, over, you know, just take over everywhere and begin to slowly but surely.
Because in the UK now, he had a good how many districts?
85.
Do now is to tell them to conduct referendum, and when they conduct referendum, they already have the population and they will win.
That is how it goes. That is their modus operandi.
That is why they are increasing their population, bringing people from all corners. When it comes to voting, the same way they vote people into power, that is how they will. Higher, they will tell you to subject it to vote, whether they will share or not. At the end of the day, they have the population.
That is their modus operandi, and that is why if loss of mayor no can't all over the place. So enough, you think that you are dealing with some people who believe in secularism and liberalization. I say they are lying to you because religion have believe they are into it. They are lying to you. It's just deception. But they are watching every event and they are very, very meticulous, very, very intentional. They are planning and they are waiting for the right time. Enough people. I push me for election, for vote, for referendum. This is how they roll. And it's a matter of majority carries the vote. It happens. You know, as if I'm always some cities, like Birmingham, EJ there, able wine, Kigges dress like the four guy about your thoughts of that is Piaget, I'm telling you. And Birmingham. So one way. Yeah, so the thing, how do you go, my brother? How do you go now? Yeah.
The only person you have bundle them and throw them into the flight and take them back. That is just the best way.
Yes, whole heart. Yes, he's the only one.
Trump,
he doesn't do.
Take them back to where they come from.
Yeah. On political correctness, he's very straight. He speaks his mind. Others in America, kudo where but we not chudo. Udo, he might want to hear like that. He might work him if he make kudo. All the kids find him in a zoo. if I am a zoo, anything Ruben Abacha say, you will create about more problem by doing by not speaking the truth, by not doing the right thing, you are potentially creating a more serious problem down the line. That is what happened, and that is where the situation Nigeria finds itself today, because they don't speak truth, they don't do the right thing. As we speak now, everybody is running helter-skelter in Nigeria about election transmission, election conduct, and blah blah blah. But you can never get it right. This will never work. That is basically the main topic now all over the place. If I think today that's nine we can in Abuja, but the thing is that people think that it's a joke, but it's not a joke. You cannot fish rotten from the head. You cannot have the one you call your president, whom everybody know that ordinarily he should be rotten in jail. He should be sitting there because he is somebody who all his life is criminality. So how do you think that there's going to be fairness, justice, and openness or transparency under such a man? It's not going to happen. The election is already rigged before even it started. It's already rigged with all the criminal politicians because they are all in it. So, but we see where it will lead them. I was going to ask you, my brother, that if you come across, because since that Igwe no and Kaje, Tunubu, Hoto, yeah, since that time, I've been trying to see if in whether in Arise TV, as usual, they will congregate to deliberate on issues. So I was looking, I didn't see them, but what I saw was just a clip. They just play it and they roll without them, as usual, the Ayo, the Rufai, and the Abati, and some other ones talking about it as usually, because you know what I mean? Usually this is how they do, right? They talk about they discuss about things, and as usual, Ruben, our face, will come with his own counter version, which is usually counterproductive, But I didn't see it. So I was thinking maybe I missed it. Because we also know that very issue, I think it was a major conference. I'm trying to remember what it was all about. That Tubu was there, that Igwe was there. Sanusi, all these other traditional whatever, they were all gathered there, right? So it was a major event, and I was looking forward to know or to see how Ruben Abati and Rafa, how they would deal with that issue, their take on the whole thing. They found that right there in their face to accuse them of double standard, of hypocrisy, to see how they about was going to take, but I didn't see it. So that's what I'm asking. Did you come across anything like that?
There is nothing like that, and they do it intentionally. Even the day they mentioned about that issue, they played down on the man, to look down on the man, and they just belittled that very traditional ruler. But that man you saw, that man that made that statement, is not a small person. That guy studied in the United States. What's happening to Bro Christian? I think your network is having a problem. I think your network is having a problem. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring you back.
Yeah.
I think your network is having a problem.
Rajus, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Aman.
Hello?
Aman, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Yeah, Rajus, I know what the last thing I said. Did you come across any such thing? Because I'm just wondering, maybe I didn't.
Nothing like that. They did not. There is nothing like that. They never had a program about it. They never. They do it intentionally. They will not like to blow the trumpet. They will not like to carry such kind of event to make people understand what is going on or what the man has said. They didn't talk about it. They never did. That is how they operate. And when they even make the man look as like an ordinary person. That man that made that comment is an ordinary person. He studied in the United States. That man is a very educated man.
Yeah, he's a learned man. You can see his his command of English, all the learned. It's not just anyhow, you know. And there is quite an elderly man, I don't know, maybe 80 or late 70, stuff like that, you know. But he is really good. So
Very,
obviously,
very important personality. And I learned that guy has held a very important post in the United States and all that. The guy is not just an ordinary person. But when they are talking about him, they just tell you a traditional ruler, one traditional, as if he's a common person. But if it were to be that he was there now castigating Biafra, then we bring the profile, begin to tell you who he is, how important he is.
Exactly. But this is how you know when the enemy works, you will see their works. Their works is always of dark and evil, because like I said, like you just said now, if he was there to say something about either unity or promotion or trying to castigate Biafrans, Ruben Abati and Rufai, they will all sit down and be talking about it. But now, because he said something that is really, really genuine, they want to talk about it, because the world will be watching to know or to see which path they will tread, which path they will take. So they don't want to, you see, so this is, I mean, if you see these things, you don't need any question for that to know, you know, that you are in a country that really, really does not accommodate you, does not accept you, but all you have to do is begin to make plan. You must, Biafran, you need no soothsayer to tell you that you are living among enemies. All you just have to do is begin to think home, begin to plan home, and how to secure your place, because these people don't mean well. The fact they will pick and choose the one that suits them, but the one that hammers on the truth, the reality. And that man told them, that Igbo told them, he said, you can't build a nation like that. You cannot, just no way with this level of double standard, you know, blatant hypocrisy. Because if the man is from your own place, your own person, you just settle it, award him, and the owner is planning to give him the highest award in the land. But he's a counterpart of the other one who is not from your place, you just lock him up, throw away the key, send him to the enemy. So you see this, and again, like I said, all these
turn around and call for peace.
Yeah.
We should unite.
And all these guys, they come around, they tell you that all this Rufai, the rest of them, but when they see something that hits home, they turn blind eyes. So this is the thing for me. That is why for me it's different, you know, because I look deep down. I don't go shallow at all. Nothing shallow. I go deep to the root. So that's why I make my conclusion, you know. So, but obviously. Everything that they do, that has been a pattern now for a very long time, because God has turned his back on the Nigeria. God has turned his back on the zoo. People don't understand it. Is downward spiral. Anything they do, any step they take, brings them further to destruction. You know, the fact that Shetima went to, no, I think we talked about it when it happened, was like a year ago, when he went to UN, you know, to go and advocate for the independence of Palestinians, saying that Israel was committing genocide against them and that the world should gather together to give them independence. Really? Did you look into the mirror? How can you live in a glass house and you are throwing stones? You know, the Biafrans that you all gather together and massacre millions and millions. And from that time to today, continue on that same path. What do we ask? What did we do? Just to be free. Just for that. And you can't even compare it. And you know, deep down in your heart, you cannot compare the situation with the Israelites. Why? Because these are people who are surrendered. Jesus Christ. They are surrendered by enemies, you know. This was surrendered always. I don't know what happens with my brain and that word. But so the Israelis are surrendered by their enemies, who came out openly to declare that they will be wiped off the face of the map. Documented evidence of this, and this keep happening. So you are saying that they are the one committing genocide. They should, the other one should be given independence. But meanwhile, the people that you have nothing in common with, but they were kidnapped, forced into the same country, you refuse them the opportunity to be free, to have their own, to go away. Every time they talk about it, you wage war against them by many millions, and you continue to this day. what a load of hypocrisy. I've never seen anything like that. That level of hypocrisy. For him to, I don't know, like I always said, whether these people say, whether their brain, they function well, or obviously it's looking increasingly that it's the British who is strategizing, giving them all these, loopholes and avenues to get to where they are in the country. I don't see them as a very bright people. That's a fact, So he went there. Well, how on earth is it that he did not think deep to know that he was going to stay the port for him to go to UN to say what he said? And that you can see everything is playing out. It's just playing out now. Because you asked me the other day about the Knesset when they are deliberating on Biafra issue.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, my brother, I can hear you.
Oh, I think. Okay, I between say my voice not to come out to make it not be shy to talk to myself. So him and Ejum the other day, my take on this Knesset deliberation on Biafra, so this is part of it. This is
even that Knesset celebration. Did you hear them talk about it in their media?
Oh, that again, you see? Okay, but that's a major issue. That is a very major
issue. At the time that they are a country of particular concern and Israel is interested in Nigeria, then you hear them discussing Biafra. You didn't talk about it.
And I can tell you for free that anything Israel pursues, anything they put their mind to, they get to the bottom of it. People don't know what is going on. People have actually no. So, but again, like you said, everybody is making wave all over the country in the zoo, right? But you don't see them talk about it, and that is why the zoo is where it is today. This complete dupliciousness. They always they will sit there and they watch something happening. They will close their eyes away from it for whatever reason. They don't speak truth. They don't like truth. I don't know why. I just absolutely. They will never call a spade a spade. Everything is cover up. Everything is lies and deception. How can you live well? How can you have peace? How can you prosper? A nation that lives like that, everything is cover up, lying, paying millions and millions to go and paint the wrong narrative, to cover, according to that congressman, I think it's Chris Smith, culture of, I think he described Nigeria as a country of culture of cover up, culture of lies. Yes. You see? And that's a fact. I mean, come on, look, if they goes and spend 9 million to cover up something that everybody can see. Obodo Ekwensu, my dear brother. And this demonic guy, Reno Mokri, never relents. Even Ekwensu, he doesn't give up. He continues mockery. I saw Mokri yesterday. I saw him or Mokri. He dressed like one Ekwensu with a walking stick. I don't know how old he is. He walked. Oh my goodness! What? And he went to a family, a young woman. Whether they said the husband was kidnapped during Erufai.
Yeah, the other wife.
You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
And the Omokri said that he flew in from California, blah, 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 blah. And you ask yourself, this guy is so... Hey, I'm the married in that evil country. My goodness.
That guy will never stop lying.
So he's so chronic. He's a chronic liar, pathological liar. The one he did a few months ago, when he brought Arnold, hoping that Arnold will come and lie, rather Arnold turn it around and put him to shame. Come, why your turn affair? He did not even. How is it that he's not affected? Not even a bit. He came up with another one now, saying that. No, my brother, no.
About Nigeria, how can it be affected? That is one of the qualifications for you to be recognized in Nigeria. Be a pathological liar and a criminal. If you have
evil,
if you are not
you are good. Yeah.
If you're not evil, nobody's going to recognize you.
Yeah, if you have those qualities, you are good to go in Nigeria. Huh?
Yes.
See, Could I saw when I looked at him and his dress himself, I said, what is he trying to? I don't know what his mission, even though he has been put to shame. Does he think that people still believe in him? I guess, I don't know. Maybe some people do, But just like the one he's supporting, Tinubu, another pathological liar, a criminal of the highest order. Shameless people. I don't know how is it that these people have no shame in them. And when you see these, their panelists, they come on a ride or in chats and they talk this and they talk that, and you ask yourself, okay, maybe because they're in the country, so there is fear, or maybe they are just the type who cannot speak truth. Whatever it is beyond me. It's just beyond me. El Rufai now is the one that they're dealing with him. I'm not gonna. He's not a guy to be exonerated because he's a terrorist. We know that he's so mistakenly. El Rufai is a terrorist. Now, but then the big then is that exactly, So, but if you also look, you see a pattern of political, should I say, political sentiment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, political sentiment is attached to it, even though he's a terrorist. We know that. We know everything. How he by a lot of people, a lot of Christians when he was a governor in Kaduna, the things he did to southern Kaduna people, But there's also that political angle to it because if he was APC, they wouldn't be doing this because he is not APC for whatever reason, and but they have a serious issue on their hand because I think that El Rufai too is not going to be a pushover. He will fight. He has huge followers, huge followers like Wangoso too. So Tinubu, I always say that I think he's caught between a rock and a hard place. But at the end of it all, it's what he sow, what they sow. That is what they are reaping, and that is what they're going to reap. Odiegu, my brother, they will the choose.
Thank you, my brother. I call Nigeria Akosi. That is, these people are very terrible people. Very, very terrible. The kind of people you have in that country. A country where the only qualification you need to be recognized, a qualification that you need to be noticed, is to be a hardcore criminal. Look at the Churubu cabinet.
Yeah. Criminals.
Every one of the presidents, they all have criminal case.
One way or the other. One way or the other.
Have criminal case, including the chief of staff.
Yeah, Majabia Miller. Do you know that he cannot step foot in there? Do you know that? Eh?
He cannot. If he tries, they will take him.
Okay. Yeah. God-forsaken country. Obodo Ekwenso. Obodo Ekwenso. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why some people will still come and continue to ask for in Nigeria. Look at this election that they are planning now. The election has been rigged. Even before they start the election, it has been rigged.
100%.
100% rigged. And yet, people are there watching. You see them come to national TV and they speak big grammar. After speaking grammar, they go home.
Yeah.
Look at the drama they were acting in the House of Assembly and the Senate. People will shout and say, nay, yes. So they will still say, yes, have it.
How do you go? Yeah.
You will see a resounding no. A resounding no from the people. Yet, they will say, yes, have it.
And they will turn it. Yeah.
And they know that thing is being filmed, though. They know that it's on camera.
Yeah.
That is to show you
they don't care.
Of fraud. The length they have gone into fraud.
Yeah. They don't care.
They don't care. Had it been that it's something that is done in the secrets, they're different. But these things, they do it knowing fully well that camera is watching them. And this camera is going to go public.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they don't care.
You see, now that's why they've gone now to.
I have never seen such kind of a thing in any country of the world that shows
in my life. In my life. I've never seen it.
There is no country in the world
that
do that in their parliamentary district. You see a video where you see a resounding no, yet they will say, yes, have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To an extent, this Kanu, when they were debating this electronic transfer, Kanu said, you can make your noise and say whatever you want to say. We will do what we want to do. Yes, have it.
Benjamin. Is that Benjamin? Huh?
Yes.
Oh my God. Hey. Oh, there
That
we
one is
go.
another froster.
That's all it takes to be in that position is to be a liar, to be evil, and to be a pathological liar, and that is it. If you don't have those qualities, you'll be fine in the zoo. That is what happens, you know. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. They don't care. They just don't care. And this election they're talking about next year, okay, if the country remains in one piece, nobody knows. I keep saying it, that everything is up in the air. They think they know, but nobody knows. You know, but already they've created a kind of loopholes, that ambiguity. They already created ambiguity, meaning that they can choose to go manual or they can choose to go electrical transmission. So you see, they lead that venue, you know. And even as we speak today now, we have been hearing, a guy was just telling me that even in Abuja election, which they have today, that Wike has already rigged it. Eh?
Wike rigged it. I saw his post where he said people should just vote whatever they like and leave the rest for him.
Oh my God. You see? Yeah. Yeah. But
the way they commit the fraud, that is, I don't know, no reasonable and responsible person.
Yeah.
No responsible person will come out and say you want Nigeria to continue.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you are having hope, when you have hope on something, there will be something you'll be looking at. There will be something you'll be pointing at and say, because of this or because of this person, maybe this is going to work.
Yeah, because hope is on something. When you hope, it's on something. It's not on a vacuum. It's on something. You are hoping that this will happen. But that is not the case with the zoo called Nigeria. No, absolutely not. There's nothing to hope on or hope of, because every day gets worse. Every day becomes so clearer and clearer that it's a waste of time. It just, like I said, I don't know. I've never.
Look at what Wike is saying. Look at what I shared there. He says, after voting, leave the rest for me. Wike tell APC supporters of development. The way they brag about
so leave the rest for him, because so he is saying that he is the INEC chairman or the INEC. So you can clearly see it's all and all, eh? Okay. So now you go count the election. Just vote, come out. Leave an amigo count and amigo determine what happens next. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
They do this openly, in the open.
Yeah. Yeah. Only in Nigeria.
When you go to court, Omoto Show is there. And some people are still hoping that somehow Nigeria, somehow you are going to do something. Somehow, this will be the last time we are going to remove fire. Remove fire. Government that you could remove when the man was not even in government. Now that he's in charge, you want to remove him. How are you going to start? How are you going to start? How are you going to start? Look at this issue. Go ahead, my brother.
No, I was going to pivot a little bit, because that Igwe, you know, I discovered that there was something contentious between him and some other Igwes in Ali Igbo. Because afterwards, I saw the Oni of Ife and another Igwe that came together to say, like they came together to counter that bold Igwe, the Igwe that spoke boldly about Nnamdi Kanu, saying that, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Now, let me tell you what happened there.
That
Igwe that they brought there, that was speaking with the Oni of Ife, the guy is an illegitimate Igwe. And the person that put that man in position is Alex Oti. Alex Oti removed the title from the person that is supposed to hold the title and gave to the man. Igwe, the man they made Igwe, his father is still alive. Oh, his father is still alive. They didn't give him his father Igwe. They gave him a tout, an idiot from nowhere.
Political Igwe.
Political Igwe. That is why you
wow.
see him. And that role he's playing there is why they. That's why I say all these politicians don't trust any one of them.
But
I love that it is Alex Oti that made that one a political Igwe. While his father is alive, they took the Igwe and gave that one.
You see why I speak the way I speak. I say the politicians, none of them. I don't exempt none of them because at the end of the day, they sworn, to follow this rule. Though maybe some are much more pronounced, some much more proactive, like the Soludos, the Hopos or the man. These are the ones who carry it on their shoulder to implement the Fulani agenda. But some other ones, they are still in it. Maybe not as proactive. So for me, I don't give any of them pass, my brother. I don't. So obviously,
somebody was just telling me the story about that man, the one you're talking about. Because we are talking, the guy said that the people from that area, they say that man that spoke is a political Igbo that they bought over, put in place by Oti. In his own place, there is still contention, there is still war going on because of that Igbo they gave to him. He's not the person, the rightful person.
Okay.
And his own father is they gave him the Igbo to use him as a political Igbo to do all this maneuver they are doing. That is why when they come, they tell you about it. And that is why that man was condemning this idea of Southern traditional rulers. There is nothing like Southern traditional rulers. The Southern traditional ruler is like
exactly.
You saw the video I play here. Where Hopu Zeruma was inaugurating Igbes, giving people style. These are the people that are referred as Southern traditional rulers. And that man made it clear. There is nothing like that. And that is true. We have our traditions.
Yeah.
In Igbo, exactly. If you even in Yoruba, you see their own, they still have their own battles. And they don't agree.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I love you for you. And the Oni. They have their own fraction.
There are two alive. Some are claiming this, some are claiming this one. The same thing happened to Afenifere. When they had two Afenifere. One was with Adabenjo, and Turubu formed another group of Afenifere. Only in Nigeria.
Mafias. Gangsters. You see that young man, that one when they follow women up and down, they drink, they chag. So when this political one, Igwe from Igbo, was talking, he was concurring, he was nodding his head in agreement. In the criminal. Oh my goodness. There's no solution. The only solution was
what to do. But if it were to be a sensible person, or a genuine Igwe, if it were a genuine Igwe, he would align with that statement that man made there. Because that guy is superior to him. That guy is older than him. That guy is more experienced than him in every ramification. What he was supposed to do is to align with his brother, not to go align with somebody from another clan.
And he's trying to align with Oni. Oni is concurring now. But the thing is that you also can clearly see that this is what happened. Anytime you choose to be a sellout, anytime you choose to be a sabo, you will always play the second fiddle. You will always play that second fiddle. Because we saw that Oni, the young Yoruba guy, he came out to say that he is the president of the Southern, so he has already taken the first position. Just like this whole thing, my goodness me. Just like initially when they tried to make it federal, the Southern of Sokoto was the president. That only was his vice, right? But now
the extension, it is the extension of that very.
Exactly, it is. Of course, it is the extension of that one. But
when that man debunked it and told them we have a system here, we are not the North. In the South, we have a system.
So,
we are not the North.
Yeah. So one can clearly
align with him. He went and began to align with a political system. That only that is chasing women up and down.
Yeah. So one can clearly see that the zoo is nothing to write home about. Everything is fraudulent. Jesus Christ.
Fake.
So the Oni is hoping that the Southerners can have their own traditional Southern tradition, so that he will now be the head of it, the president, and begin to lord it on everybody. It's incredible. Oh my goodness! I don't know how they get people to buy into stupidity. I just. For the life of me, I don't know. I'm not in this OG. I have no clue. How can the people live like this? Everything is so openly fraudulent. People and
some people align with it. Look at that thing. The major reason they are creating that Southern traditional life is to control you, to put you under check.
That's it. That is it. Simple. But if you have anything in your head, it's not rocket science. You must know that if your boss have Oni or laughing, that is their business. They do their thing, right? It has nothing to do with us as Igbo. Absolutely nothing to do with us as Igbo. They do it in their land. They do whatever they want. You know, why do I don't have nothing, absolutely nothing, Southern. What do you mean, Southern? We don't agree on anything. We don't see eye to eye on virtually anything. And you want to say Southern traditional. What the fuck? So, my brother.
Southern traditional rulers. The Obi of Onitsha is not there. The Oba of Benin is not there. The Omajinabo of Calabar is not there. All those big traditions, they were not there. You have already taken your time, and now what they will do is they will go to Edo, they will recruit a traditional ruler. They will go to Igbo land, they recruit a traditional ruler. They go to River State, they recruit them. In every state they go and recruit people, and then they will call them Southern traditional ruler under Oni to be fighting against the main monarch. They just create that chaos to satisfy their own selfish interest. And people will align and begin to believe them and listen to them. It's a shame. It's a very big shame. This is why no sensible person will align himself with Nigeria. No reasonable human being will wake up and still be talking, oh, I'm a Nigerian. I want to be in Nigeria. No sensible person will do that. A demonic nation where the only thing that qualifies you to be relevant is for you to be fraudulent. What determines whether you be popular or you have relevance in Nigeria is how many people you have murdered, how fraudulent you are, your lying capacity. These are qualifications for you to be popular in Nigeria. And that has been made more open in the tenure of Tinubu. Everybody working with Tinubu in Asorok, they are all ex-convict. All of them ex-convict. You come to the Senate, the person that is leading them is an ex-convict. You go to the House Assembly, the person that leads them is a 419er. People that their information is in the public about the atrocity they committed in the past. Today, look at Tinubu. Any place he goes, he's aligning with criminals. He's aligning with fraudsters. What do you expect? When a president have a questionable, doesn't have a means of livelihood that you can describe and say, this is, people don't even know his age. A president, you don't know the age of the president. You don't know the business he did to become the richest man that he is today. Nobody knows how he's making his money. You don't know his age. You didn't know the school he attended to. You don't even know his family. Nobody knows his classmate. And yet, he is in that country as your president. And people are still coming out to back him up, to campaign for him. Today, look at how they are rigging the election. Election that has not happened already. They have rigged the election kuro before you. They have rigged it. Today, all the governors in Nigeria now are in APC. The whole state now is under APC. All the states in Nigeria is under APC. All the states are under APC. And now you see people coming to say they are going to win. How do you intend to win? When you know the system of voting in Nigeria. When they vote, after voting, they will go and count the vote in governor's office. The governors will provide the people that are going to ride there, the one that are going to pay the people who are going to conduct the election, provide them and tell them where they will stay. The forms they will use, the governors are the ones going to provide it. before they will call the result. We saw when Wike was threatening an election officer, telling him that if you say something different, you will not leave the state. You are gone. You see them threatening electoral officers openly. And today you see all those governors are in one party. And you are still somehow hoping, oh, we will vote them out. Oh, get all the governors. Once they have all the governors, they win. You can't do anything. How many of these people that are saying they don't care can be able to put themselves on the line and face the bullet? How many of them? How many of them can face the bullet? How many of them can face the bullet? And when we come out and we say and we talk, we speak about the genuine recovery of the land, they will not listen. When you speak about Biafra, they say this is your Biafra, say Biafra. You now that want a better Nigeria, what effort are you doing? What can you do to change it? Nothing, absolutely nothing. With all this protest and all this noise, okay, look at the protest they made after all the protests, they still passed the bill they want to pass. Did anything change? After all the grammar that was spoken by P2B, by Obieze Kweseli, and all of them that claim to be so much educated and so much connected, after all their grammar and all their protests, they still passed the bill. That one never, I didn't see anybody talking about it again on media. That one has died a natural death. The same way they are going to conduct election, they will rig it. When you talk, they will say you go to court. Before the court case finish it, Tinubu have served 2 years already. And the next thing, it will end. And that is it. Then another Malam will come in. The Fulanis will take over again and begin to rule them, not us, because we are not there. We are out. We are not part of all the magomago they are doing. We are not part of it. The Nigerian system has a faulty foundation. There is nothing you can put on top of that faulty foundation to make it to stand. It will never stand. No amount of protest, no amount of revolution can change anything. We say that is why you see Moyeshore might be serious in what he's doing. He might be serious. He might be willing. He might be genuine. But that angle he's going, you can't get any revolution in Nigeria under Nigeria. No, it cannot happen. You cannot get a revolution against Nigeria under Nigeria. It will not happen. A kingdom that rises against itself cannot stand. So they will not. Nigeria will not rise against Nigeria in a revolution. They will not. Because number one is that there is nobody that is even ready to die for that Nigeria. Nobody is a Nigerian. If you are talking about Odudu or not, there are people that are ready to put their life on the line for Yoruba. There are people that are ready to put their life on the line for Hausa. But when they come to the issue of talking about Nigeria, nobody will do that. You talk of Biafra, there are many of us who are ready to die for the sake of Biafra. There are many of us. We are ready to put our life on the line for Biafra. But when they come to the issue of the Janjaweed, there are many people, nobody is ready to put his life for something that he did not sign up for. Even the Fulanis themselves doesn't believe in that Nigeria that we talk about. When we say it here, people will think, oh, because we are saying because of this. Even the Nigerian people themselves, the Fulanis that we are talking about, they don't believe in your so-called Nigeria. That is why they are fighting to take over everywhere and make it what they want. Because they don't believe in whatever nonsense we are talking about. But when we say it, people will think, oh, we are troublemakers. Oh, we don't know what you're saying. But at the same time, no matter how they pretend, what is going to happen will continue to happen. Look at the election. This is just an example. The election they are conducting in Abuja today. Wike has already come to tell them, vote anything you want to vote and leave the remaining for me. You can imagine the audacity. They commit their fraud. They commit their criminality in the open. They don't hide it. And they don't say, oh, so that somebody will not know. They don't care. They don't care. But I thank you that so many people are waking up. The appointed time has come and so many people are waking up. I want to read this. Let us see this. These are some of the development that is happening today that you cannot run away from. This is one of the developments that is happening. I want us to to see this. Let us see this. I want everyone to look at this. What did you see here? This is Sultan of Sokoto. That chief terrorist. Look at him there. Look at what's written here. Breaking. Hausawa declare independence from Sultan political authority. Reaffirm loyalty to Nigerian constitution. I say, when the time has come, Chukwu Okekabian will destroy them from inside and outside. The Hausas are pulling out from the caliphate. The Hausas say they are no longer part of their idiotical caliphate. And look at what is written there. Look at the news. Breaking. A fresh wave of constitutional debate has emerged in northern Nigeria as the Hausawa Sansa movement publicly distanced the Hausa people from any religious or ethnic political directives attributed to the Sultan of Sokoto, insisting that their allegiance rests solely with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is coming from the Hausa people. In a strongly worded statement uttered by Hajia Kaltumi Alumbe Jitimi under the banner of Mesa Tashi, the group asserted that the Hausawa, numbering in the term of millions across the country, are independent citizens under Nigerian law and are not constitutionally bound to obey any traditional authority outside the framework of democratic governance. So, the Hausas are already rising up and fighting because this, when they claim population, we have the number, these are the people that, how many people are the Fulanis? How many of them? The Hausas are speaking up. The declaration comes amid ongoing national conversation about identity, religious influence, and ethnic representation within Nigeria involving democratic landscape. Nigeria operates under a constitutional democracy where sovereignty resides in the people, while the office of the Sultan of Sokoto, currently held by Said Abubakar, remains one of the most revered traditional and religious institutions in the country. The movement emphasized that such authority is moral, historical, and spiritual in character, not executive or legislative in constitutional terms. According to the statement, no ethnic nationality, including the Hausawa, is legally obligated by any treaty, cultural arrangement, or inherited institution to accept political or religious ruling that falls outside the supremacy of the Nigerian constitution, which is the truth. But they are playing a different thing altogether. The group argued that respect for traditional leadership must not be confused with political subordination in a democratic republic. This is a fact. But they change it and they begin to play their games and tell that they have numbers. I thank God that the Hausas are speaking up. When we talk about the Igbos being the highest population in Nigeria, people think it's just a claim. It is not a claim. Hausas are coming up. The Hausawa people trace their civilization root to ancient city-states such as Kanu, Katsina, Zaria, Daura, centers of commerce, scholarship, and governance that flourished long before colonial amalgamation and the formation of the modern Nigerian state. However, the movement stressed that in contemporary Nigeria, identity in political terms is defined not by pre-colonial structure or inherited throne, but by citizenship under one sovereign constitution order. The allegiance of every Hausa man and woman, the statement implies, is pledged to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and its constitutional institution. The pronouncement is likely to generate significant debate, particularly in northern Nigeria, where traditional institutions play influential cultures, roles. Analysis suggests that statements reflect growing awareness among various ethnic groups that constitutional democracy must remain the ultimate authority in matters of governance. When they speak all this diagram, at the end of the day, they should come back to self-determination. Conduct a referendum for people to know where they belong. They will not. They continue to use the British manipulation to continue to confuse people. But are we going to be confused? Never. By drawing a clear line between cultural reverence and the constitutional power, the Hausawa Sansa movement framed its position as a defense of unity, equality before the law, and the supremacy of democratic institutions. The group concluded by reaffirming commitment to peaceful coexistence, civic participation, and national sovereignty, which insisted that no throne override the will of the people expressed through Nigeria constitutional system. This is mad. They know the truth. But when you speak all this grammar and you come back to say that you align with Nigeria, you are wasting your time. The Fulanis, as far as you attach yourself to Nigeria, the Fulanis will take over you and control you. The British handed over Nigeria to the Fulanis. And the Sultan of Tokoto cannot give up. They can't give up that thing that was handed over to them. It's an agreement to the British. That is why they control the oil in Biafra land, different area. They control it. That is why when you talk about separation, they get mad. This is why they are fighting the Biafrans. This thing that the Hausa people are saying now is something that we have known for a very long time. That is why they hate us so much. As identity politics and constitutional debates continue to shape public discourse, this declaration may mark a significant moment in the evolving conversation about traditional, religious, and state authority in Nigeria. If the Hausas can speak up very well on this marks the end of Nigeria. When we talk about Nigeria coming to an end, that is what you are seeing. You can't pretend about it. You see, it's a breaking news. Hausawa declare independence from Sultan political authority, reaffirm loyalty to Nigerian constitution. But this is a confusion. As long as you continue to be loyal to Nigerian whatever constitution, you will remain political. The Sultan will remain your political authority. You cannot be independent from the Sultan as long as Nigeria is still there. You cannot be. This is why we are talking about disintegration. Break that country into pieces so that each region will lay a new foundation where they will become, every region will be their major actor. They will sign up for what they want by themselves. This is why we are shouting every day. This is why we are crying every day. But eventually, other people feel that they are not concerned. Other people feel that it doesn't concern them. They think it's a Biafran issue. No problem. Oh, you to no problem. You think it's about Biafran people. He go enter everybody. He go reach everybody. He go reach everybody. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are joining us on this program, I want you to know that we must continue to do what we are doing. One of the battles we are facing today is how to defend Biafra land. Defense Biafra land. Biafra land is under siege even as we speak. So wherever you are, if you know how you're going to support the Liberation Army to defend Biafra land, go and support them. Any way you can, go and support. If you can support financially, you can support prayerfully, you can support by advice, go ahead and do it. In any angle, in any way, in any section you feel you can do it, please go ahead and do it. Continue to pray for them. And remember, today is weekend. By Monday, you know what to do. Every one of us know what to do. We have already taken upon ourselves that we will continue to support the seat at home and do what we have to do. Nobody is enforcing. It is something you do willingly on your own. Even from the first announcement, the Liberation Army said you have the right. And even now, the Liberation Army are ready to participate on it. The Liberation Army have officially endorsed the seat at home. Because the first move they made was to make sure that Biafran calmed down. To show the world that we are not the troublemaker. That announcement they made have shown the world that we are not the ones making the trouble. But you can see, after that announcement, the Nigerian army unleashed mayhem. They unleashed their armor tank, their terrorists, and sent them to Biafra land to attack the same people that tell you that they are not part of this anymore. They are not part of it. They are there securing the land. So for the fact that they have, Nigerian government is committed in destabilizing Biafra land, they are committed in taking innocent life, they have no choice but to defend the land. That is why many of you must have seen videos that are coming out from Osu. I have seen several videos coming out from Osu, and Udele that goes and boasts of taking over Osu. Udele is on the run himself. Udele himself is on the run. They could not penetrate Osu. They couldn't take over anywhere. They couldn't take over the camp. They come, they make video. Since then, he made that video. People were expecting him to show a video where he's in the camp, and all those things are lies. The Liberation Army gave them a chase, and they ran away. The Liberation Army gave them a chase, and they ran away. We never forsake our people. So wherever you are, continue to pray for the Liberation Army. Continue to wish them well. Anything you can do to support them, continue to support them. It is very important. Our land must be protected and defended. We must defend our land. No matter what happens, no matter what the enemies are doing, no matter what they say, we must make sure that our land is protected and defended. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to pay attention. Do not be deceived. Do not be discouraged. Do not be bamboozled. Make sure that you are focused on that genuine request that we are making. Self-determination is all we're asking for. We want them to leave us alone. Leave us alone. We want to be on our own. We are not asking for resource control. We are not asking for presidency. We are not asking for any support whatsoever from Nigeria. All we are asking is self-determination. We are asking for peaceful disintegration of Nigeria so that every indigenous person will have a peaceful place where they can exist. That is what we ask for. It is not too much to ask. It is not too much to ask. People asking for peaceful environment where people can exist peacefully. There is nothing wrong in asking for that. That is the only thing we ask. That is all we ask. And because of this request, that is why they want to take us out. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, try as much as possible to pay attention. And before we go into the next update, let us take a very quick break and we come back and we'll go to the last part of the update on their media.
Don't follow for God. Them say Tinubu don't follow for God. Tinubu don't follow for God. They want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate House fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice, on motor shop forget law for inside God. Kangaroo Republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for God. Him and EFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God. They make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us up to this time. And we are going to be rounding up our program. Wherever you are watching from, I appreciate you for your patience. If you have not yet shared the program, please kindly share and like the program. Send it to other people so that they can watch. It is weekend, and I'm going to allow you to go and take your rest in the weekend. That's why we're going to be rounding up, so that people can go back their weekend programs and do what they have to do. Remember, Monday that is coming, we must have to do what we know how to do best and continue to stand strong and never give up. Wherever you are watching from, I want you to understand that we have no other option except to continue to pursue our self-determination the way we have been doing it peacefully. So let us go to the details we have on the media. This one says,
Families lament as police IRT imposes tough bail condition on Ondo resident abducted from home, tortured in Abuja. That is Nigeria for you. They abduct you and they give you a difficult tax to pay to get yourself back. Bribe and corruption. Nigerian Police Service Commission elevates AIG Fayode to DIG. That is it. Out of their fraud, they can elevate anything. Who cares? Nigerian immigration attaches abroad unpaid for. Nigeria immigration attaches abroad unpaid for over 15 months, forced to send family home. Reps committee queries NIS. Imagine. People were there abroad, or they owe them for 15 months. Their office abroad owing them for 15 good months. More than a year. More than a year, no story. Tell me how they survive. That is when you go to the embassies abroad, anything you do, they will ask for money. Anything you do, they will ask you for money. They will be billing you. Anything you just a report you want to make. To enter embassy, you need to pay money to enter. Mad people. Trump administration moved to suspend asylum seekers' work permits under sweeping proposal. Trump is speaking tough. Trump is speaking tough. But every one of us should understand he has a target. There are people that is making him to act the way he's acting. The target is not everybody. We must always understand it. In as much as there will be collateral damage in the process of pursuing the terrorists who are invading the US, it will affect others. It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. But this has to be done. We cannot allow the strongest nation in the whole world to fall into the hand of the terrorists. It's not possible. Trump administration moved to suspend asylum seekers' work permits under sweeping proposal. Because most of them who are there making troubles, they are asylum seekers. See this one. Pack your belongings, find your way out. APC members threaten anyone who votes other party in FCT. Imagine. They threaten them all because they saw last time that P2B was able to win them in FCT and Lagos. This time around, they are coming with heavy threats. Heavy threat, even before the things start, don't start to threaten people. Just imagine. Just imagine. They are threatening them already. That is the zoo for you. This one say, watch terrorist IED destroy Nigerian armored tank carrier, escorting motorists on Zamfara Road. That is it, you see. That is what you see. Terrorists are operating very, very open. They operate. Taking position in places. See them? That is it. Pack your belongings, find your way out. APC members threaten anyone who votes other party in FCT. Cancel polls. You can imagine. That is it. See? Nigerian policemen arrest sickle cell patients. Red Cross workers in Lagos detain victims in undisclosed location in Abuja. See? Nigeria. Terrorist IED destroy Nigerian army armored carrier, escorting motorists on Zamfara Road. That's the one I just played the video. Now you saw. What happened? That is it. Koson condemns Malami over defrauding of musicians. Demand audit of MCSN, NCC. Now the person, this is the idiot that went and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a fraudster. He went and kidnapped an innocent man from Kenya. Look at him today. He's facing, he's drinking from the same cup he fed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every one of you will get your own while you are alive, not even when you're dead. Terrorists sacked Zamfara community, reportedly killed over 50 residents in 9th raid. Can you imagine? I hope the United States of America is watching. Since the entering of US, they never stop. They are increasing the attack. This is the people that talk about sovereign state. Sovereign state that is under the terrorists. Mad people everywhere. I've been arrested more than democracy, than military rule. So we're blast to the government. I've been arrested more than democracy, than military rule. That is it. People that say democracy good person. When I go confess, every one of them. Low turnout of voters in Mezenti Zukwa as FCT council election begins. That is it. People are tired of their nonsense. See low turnout. They will just go and fill form and do anything they want. People are tired. Who cares? Because whether you vote or you don't vote, they will do what they want to do. Only people still come and waste their time. Look at this one. FCT council election. Residents lament as INEC officials arrive late at polling units. As usual. As usual, the normal usual strategy of rigging. Court sentences church pastor to death for killing University of Uyo student in Akwa Ibom. That's it. See, they are fraud. We are saying they don't catch them where they thumbprint. They gather and they thumbprint. Chaos at FCT polling unit as INEC officials arrive with wrong BVAs. Wrong BVAs machine, voters stranded. He arrived with wrong. That's what they do. They intentionally bring those wrong ones. Before you know it's time finished, then they go back home and write the election number they want to write. They have your name already and they will submit. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. I pity some people who are believing that something good is going to come out from this zoological republic. I still pity them. As for us, the Biafran people, we have known long ago that Nigeria is not for us. And we have left them behind. We have left them behind and we are not coming back. We are not coming back. We don't have anything to do with them. We are gone and we are gone for good. This one is the election, the FCT election. Already rigged. FCT council election. Voters express frustration. Struggle to locate polling units every year. Every year, people struggle to locate their polling units. Every year. Every year, in every election. A dead country that will never improve. And some of you think you can do miracle to change things. There is no miracle that can change anything in Nigeria. The only thing that can save people is to walk away from that contraption. Walk away. Everybody should go their separate ways and build a nation that will be suitable for them. I appreciate every one of you that have been with us on this program today. I thank you for being part of the program. We have done what we have to do today. It's weekend. Go and enjoy your weekend. And if you're in Biafra land while you are spending your weekend, be very careful. Be security conscious. Remember, there is still war going on in Biafra territory, more especially in Osu. There is war going on in that area. Be very careful what you do, where you go. Continue to pray for the Liberation Army of Biafra. Continue to support them the best way you can. They are fighting for you and I. They are trying to preserve our land. We have to take control of our land and preserve it. We will never allow the Zoological Republic to take over our land. So wherever you are, continue to wish the Liberation Army well. Continue to support them the best way you can. Continue to pray for them. We continue to be with them, guard them and protect them. May Chukwu come and guard and protect every one of us, more especially people in Biafra land. And may Chukwu come and guard and protect our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. Continue to pray for them that they will join us very soon so that we can harmonize everything we are doing and push to the freedom of the Biafra people. Thank you all for watching, for wherever you are watching from. See you again later in the evening by the grace of Chukwu Kabiama if we are free. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye, everyone.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko kikabi amapuni nini chineke ngende sona efewe na isiala nina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we kama nzezi zingani anyana ge farusi obona nege ole kali nini ngekele kama obona kaya obia mnendi nden so na kiri na isiala nsọ n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube gị ngozi etinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị ka ha anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu wee baa ize obodo kwesịrị isi wee laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma oge ebide biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee dị ọsọ ọsọ na nke na ụmụ ga ababa na anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na-adịgide nlekọta nwanne na nwanne ibe ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche iwe etinye ụmụ ya ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe na ndụ anyị isi ala bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise ise ise.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.